everyone, welcome. Today we'll be interviewing some characters in the book Where the Red Fern Grows, which is written by Wilson Rawls.
Hi Kitu, thanks for inviting me here today.
Me too, I'm also very excited.
Thank you for coming. Are you ready for the interview yet? Because let's get started. So the first question, what do you think are the two main traits of Billy Coleman, the main character?
I would definitely say that he was proud of his grandpa, because I read the book and it said, I thought to myself, there goes the best grandpa a boy ever had.
And I would say that he was one determined boy, because I also read the book and it said, that morning I was determined to have some hounds.
Let's do some more characterization with the second question. So how do you think Billy changed throughout the book?
I think he went from comfortless to cheerful. He was so comfortless at the beginning that he didn't even eat.
I agree. I think this happened because of the change from having the puppy wanting disease to having puppies and wanting things to train them was getting two dogs, Old Dan and Little Ann.
That's enough of the characterization. Now let's move on to the third question. Can you give us a brief summary of the book?
Well, it starts with Billy having a dog wanting disease that it's so bad that he doesn't even eat or sleep. Then he finds an old KC baking powder can, and by collecting berries and items that fishermen left, gets enough money to buy 2 coon hounds. Then he tells his grandpa to order the puppies with his money. After that, he gets the dogs and teaches them to hunt. Many things happen in which his dogs almost lost their lives while trying to hunt. After counting his coon hides, his grandpa realized how good he was at hunting and was able to have him sign up for a coon hunting competition, in which the dogs almost froze to death. In the competition, they earned many prizes other than the gold trophy and the money. Later in the story, Billy goes hunting after the competition, in which Old Dan and Little Ann treat in a mountain lion instead of a coon. Old Dan and Little Ann are up for a fight with it, though.
Look at the determination. A dog is really a man's best friend.
This fight caused Old Dan to lose his life while trying to save Billy. Little Ann died with the grief of her hunting partner's death. Billy had to move away, and when he was trying to say goodbye to their graves, there was a sacred red fern that can only be planted by angels in the middle of their graves. The phrase sacred red fern that can only be planted by angels comes from a legend in Billy's culture.
That was the most emotional part of the whole book. It made me want to cry.
Oh, that seems like a very touching book. So why don't we take a break for a bit and watch the trailer? It sure is a good one. To the fourth question. Both of you have to say one internal conflict and one external conflict each.
The internal conflict that I will say is obviously person versus self. It is that he is struggling to decide whether he should go on to town or wait for a week until his grandpa takes him. He waited for so long that he can't wait for one more week. This was shown in the text when it says, I had waited so long for my dogs, and I so desperately wanted to see them and hold them. I didn't want to wait a whole week.
That was a good one, but I know. I will say the internal conflict, that is, he is not able to digest the fact that his dog died. He doesn't understand why his dogs died, because he loved them so much and never did anything bad to them. This was shown in the text when it said, no, I won't, I said. I don't care if I'm 100 years old. I'll never understand why my dogs had to die.
The external conflict that I will say is person versus person. It is that he and his grandpa want to win the bet against the Pritchards, but Billy Coleman's family, mostly his mom, does not want him to do anything or against the Pritchards. This was shown in the text when it said, I decided not to tell my mother and my father anything about the hunt, for I knew Mama wouldn't approve of anything I had to do with the Pritchards.
The external conflict that I will say is person versus nature. This one is that the storm stopped him from hearing his dogs, who he dearly loved. This is person versus nature because he is fighting with the snowstorm. This one was shown in the text when it said, I could no longer hear the voices of my dogs. This had me worried. I didn't want to leave them out in the storm.
Okay, thank you so much for coming, guys. I'm hoping to see you in the next interview. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.